Yo, what's good, my people? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the world of wokeism. But before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to drop a comment below. We want to hear your thoughts on this topic, so let's get this discussion going. All right, let's jump right into it. Let's dive into the world of wokeism, or as we call it, being woke. This cultural and political movement has been making waves in recent years, becoming a major force in society. Now, wokeism isn't just some one-size-fits-all kind of thing. It's got layers, opinions, and interpretations that'll leave your head spinning. But hey, that's what makes it interesting, right? First things first, staying woke started out in black communities, where folks needed to stay alert to others' deceptions, especially when it came to police brutality and unjust tactics. But over time, being woke took on a whole new meaning. It transformed into a broader political ideology, focusing on social justice politics and critical race theory. It became a catchy term for those progressives on the left, the ones fighting for social justice. One of the dope things about wokeism is how it shines a light on social inequalities and takes a stand against oppressive systems. It raises awareness about injustice, inspiring people to take action for social justice. It sparks conversations about discrimination, privilege, and power dynamics that exist in society. Plus, it amplifies marginalized voices and experiences that were previously overlooked. Wokeism aims to bring balance to the power scales, making things right. But let's be real, wokeism has its fair share of critics too. Some say it focuses too much on identity politics and shuts down opposing viewpoints. They claim it creates division and breeds fear and intimidation. Now, we gotta remember that wokeism isn't a one-size-fits-all deal. It's got a range of perspectives within its ranks. On the right, woke often gets used sarcastically, poking fun at what they see as political correctness gone off the rails. They argue that it oversimplifies the world into good and evil based on crude racial distinctions. They say it stifles open discourse and shames anyone who questions its principles. Some conservatives worry about wokeism influence on American society and its impact on various institutions. Now let's break down a few common themes and areas of focus within wokeism. We got gender equality, fighting for inclusivity in work, education, and media, while challenging gender-based discrimination. Then there's racial justice, addressing and fixing racial inequality, promoting equal rights for everyone, and taking a stand against systemic racism. We can't forget about LGBTQ+ rights, working towards an inclusive and accepting environment, fighting discrimination, and advocating for equal rights. And last but not least, cultural awareness and tolerance, educating folks about different cultures, promoting understanding, and respecting diverse perspectives. Now, we can't talk about wokeism without mentioning two key concepts: critical race theory, CRT, and police brutality. CRT dives deep into how race and racism intersect with social structures and institutions. It digs into the ways racial hierarchies are established and maintained within society. CRT teaches us that racism isn't just about individual prejudices, but it's deeply ingrained in our systems and structures. Police brutality, my friends, refers to when law enforcement officials go way overboard with excessive or unjustified force, often causing harm or even death. It's a major concern, especially because it disproportionately affects marginalized communities, particularly our black brothers and sisters. The movement against police brutality aims to address the systemic issues within law enforcement, pushing for accountability and much-needed reforms. And guess what? Wokeism ties all of this together, seeing police brutality as a clear manifestation of systemic racism and social injustice. It's all about recognizing and confronting those structural inequalities, even within law enforcement. Wokeism activists push for police reform, community engagement, demilitarization, implicit bias training, and other measures to address racial biases in policing. Now let's talk about a phenomenon that's been buzzing around wokeism: cancel culture. Picture this. Someone says or does something that's deemed offensive, inappropriate, or contradictory to wokeism principles. Bam! They get called out, publicly criticized, and shamed for all to see. It's a whole social media frenzy, and it can seriously mess with someone's reputation and social standing. That's cancel culture for you. But hold up, we gotta remember that being woke can mean different things to different people. In popular usage, it means being aware of the important issues in society, especially those related to racial and social justice. But sometimes it's used more broadly to describe someone who's super liberal on matters of racial and social justice, maybe even to the extreme. To wrap it all up, wokeism is a complex and evolving movement with its ups and downs. It's a powerful force for promoting social justice and raising awareness about inequality and oppression. But let's be real, it has its critics who say it focuses too much on identity politics and shuts down opposing voices. Some even argue it creates a climate of fear and intimidation. The debates keep on going, showing just how significant and impactful wokeism is in our society. So, what's your take on all this? Drop a comment, hit that like button, and hey, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more thought-provoking content. Stay woke, my fam, and keep fighting for what's right. This is Bite-Sized Politics signing off.